So let's start with the first question. A building acquired at the beginning of the year. Building at the cost of $1,800,000. Okay. So that's the purchase price, right? The cost, or in other words, the book value. The starting price. Now they've done some type of assessment on this property, and they've estimated the residual value to be $200,000. And then they say that the estimated useful life of this property is going to be 20 years. So what we're going to do is we are going to determine the depreciable cost of the building, because land doesn't depreciate, but the building does. So this is just the cost of the building itself, not the cost of the land that it was built upon. So the depreciable cost, and I don't want to make these videos too long because it can get like really tedious and just so terrible to watch and to like skip forward through these videos. Like, and if you guys aren't able to be here, that is something you guys are going to have to figure out on your own. Book value minus residual, well, estimated residual value equals depreciable cost. Okay, so the book value of this building, $1,800,000 minus $200,000. Okay. Equals $1,600,000, which is the depreciable cost. So the answer is for A is the depreciable cost is $1,600,000. Now, what they want is the straight line rate, as in like the rate of depreciation on a straight line. If you guys don't know straight line, so like there's like different types of ways you guys can depreciate assets. For example, there's straight line, there's unit of activity, there's double declining balance, and there's like various reasons why you might want to use double declining balance before and like have as much depreciation at the start of the asset's life, or you can use straight line. But in this example, they're asking for the straight line method. So to calculate straight line method, you guys first have to look at the useful life, right? So like the useful life of this asset, of this building, is 20 years. So then you have to ask yourself, if after 20 years, 100% of the depreciable cost, because like for certain things, like I believe, like double declining, you don't want to actually depreciate the depreciable cost, but rather the book value of it. But like for straight line, you guys have, if you understand what I'm saying, like the residual value, like is going to be deducted from the book value to get the depreciable cost. And that depreciable cost is what's going to be deducted. Let me show you guys what I mean. So like, let's say 20 years is the useful life of this building. So then like how much of the depreciable cost is depreciated every year? So if it's 20 years and 100% of that depreciable cost, right? 100 divided by 20. Every year, 5% of the depreciable cost is depreciated with straight line, using straight line. Okay, 5% a year depreciates of the depreciable cost. So that's the 5% straight line rate. Okay, if you guys know what I mean, like year one, 5%. Right. So like, what is 5% of 1,600,000? 80,000. So 80,000 depreciates, right? So then you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, so like if 80,000 was depreciated on the first year, so then like the remaining, so to speak, the remaining depreciable amount, so to speak, 1,520,000 remains of what could be depreciated, right? So then at a straight line, it depreciates 80,000 every year for 20 years straight. Okay, so let's see, 1,000,000 to 1,520,000 minus 80,000. All right, what is that? 1,440,000. 140,000 minus 80,000. All right, 1,360,000. There. So, okay. Minus 80,000. 1,280,000. Minus 80,000. 1,200,000 minus 80,000. 1,120,000 minus 80,000. 1,040,000 minus 80,000. 960,000 minus 80,000. 800 80,000. Okay. Minus 80,000. 800,000. Minus 80,000. 720,000. Minus 80,000. 640,000. Minus 80,000. 560,000. Minus 80,000. 480,000. 80,000. 400,000. Minus 80,000. And we can be like, what is the accumulated depreciation amount for each year, right? The accumulated depreciation amount would be the accumulated depreciation across all these years. Okay. Yeah. So as you can see, the full depreciation amount has been deducted by the time it gets to year 20, and the only thing that remains really would be the book value. Actually, it would be the residual value. Okay, of 200,000. If you guys have any questions about how straight line depreciation works, you guys can feel free to leave a message, a comment. That's going to be the end of this video. Straight line depreciation.